Welcome to the VexIQ Challenge referee training videos. Our 5th episode is about the driver station and human interaction with the robots. The driver station for Rise Above is defined as the regions on each end of the field where the driver must remain during their match unless legally interacting with their robot. To help accommodate social distancing measures, Rise Above now includes 2 driver stations on each side of the field, one for each team. This means that once a team places their robot in one of the legal starting positions, the team members will then move to the driver station that corresponds to the starting position, where the drivers will operate the robot for the entirety of the match. However, there are some exceptions that will allow robot drivers to leave the driver station legally during a match to interact with their robot. Rule G17 describes the legal interaction. If a robot goes completely outside the playing field, gets stuck, tips over, or otherwise requires assistance, the team's driver may retrieve and reset the robot. In the process, they must 1. Signal the referee by placing the VexIQ controller on the ground. 2. Move the robot to any legal starting position. 3. Any risers being controlled by the robot while being handled must be removed from the field. In the context of this rule, controlled implies that the robot was manipulating the riser and not simply touching it. For example, if the riser moves with the robot either vertically or while turning, then the robot is controlling the riser. 4. Any riser in the starting positions where the robot is being placed must be removed from the field. This rule is intended to help teams keep their robot functional during the match. It is intended so teams can fix damaged robots or help get their robots out of trouble. It is not intended for teams to use as part of a strategy to gain an advantage in a match. If referees see teams intentionally or repeatedly doing this, they may be disqualified from said match. This season is the first VexIQ Challenge game to use the larger 6-foot by 8-foot field. Due to the increase in field size, it may be difficult for younger or smaller students to reach their robot if it were stuck in the middle of the field. In this situation, the referee would be allowed to pick up the robot and move it closer to the drivers if the drivers request assistance. Further robot interaction is allowed in programming skills matches via rule RSC7. This is essentially the same rule as we discussed in G17. The major difference is that in Programming Skills Challenge, teams are allowed to interact with their robots as many times as they want, meaning that teams may use this allowance as part of their match strategy. These are all the legal human interactions allowed in the VexIQ Challenge. It's about the experience of building and driving robots, and we want to make sure that they always have the chance to shine. That's all for Chapter 5. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the other chapters in this referee training series.